Good afternoon, gang. This is Mr. Glure. This will be the last video we do on fractions. It's all coming to a head. We're going to be talking about order of operations today. And basically, this just incorporates all the things we've been learning about fractions so far. We've learned about exponents, we've learned about division, multiplication, addition, subtraction, we've learned it all. And this is just helping us, when you have a question involving all of it, it helps you know which order to do those in. So, right off the bat, I'm just going to give a very easy example. I'm not going to use fractions. I'm just going to use regular numbers to refresh your memory on how this works. So, for example, let's say we have 2 times 3 divided by 2 again plus 5. Okay, now that's a lot of numbers, and here's what we're going to do. First off, this is kind of a trick question. If you notice, I have put division and multiplication both in blue, both in the same square, and addition and subtraction are both in red, and they're both in the same square. There's a reason for that. That's because those are interchangeable. Division and multiplication don't always go in that order. When you have those two, you have to go, just like you read a book, left to right. So in this case, the one on the left is first, it's multiplication. So that's what we're going to do first. 2 times 3. Alright, so that would be 6. Divided by 2 plus 5. Okay, so don't get tricked by that. It's the same with addition and subtraction. If you have to decide between the two, just do the one on the left. Okay? So anyway, going on now, we know it's division. That goes next. That would be 6 divided by 3, or divided by 2 is 3, plus 5. That is 8. Alright, so that's the basic idea. And when you do it with fractions, it's the same thing, because you guys know how to do this with fractions. All you have to do is be careful. Be careful you get the right numbers. Be careful with making mistakes, okay? So let's do some examples. All right. Now these are the ones that you guys did on posters. I'm just going to go through them one by one. So a good thing to do would be right now, you could pause the video, and in your notebook, try this on your own. Okay, try it on your own, see how you do, and then restart your video and see if we have the same answer, okay? So pause your video, and I'm going to get working on this. All right. So, first thing we're going to do, brackets, no brackets. Exponents, no exponents. Division, no division. Multiplication, that's our first one. So, for that, all we're going to do is multiply our numerators and our denominators. All right, so we put our first one here. All right, so 1 times 1 is 1. 2 times 4 is 8. And we have the rest. Okay, now this comes back to the addition and subtraction. I know it says BEDMAS, that's AS, but because the A and the S are in the same box, we're just going to go left to right. So the first one is going to be subtraction. So you're going to ask yourself, what number does 9 and 8 go into? Because we need a common denominator. Now, I don't know the lowest one, so I'm just going to go quick, and I'm just going to multiply those, because I know that will get us the same number. And 8 times 9 is 72. So we'll use that. All right, so 9 goes 8 times, so we're going to have to times that by 8. And that's going to be 40. And 1's going to have to go 9 times, so that's 9 times 1. And we keep our third over here. So this is just simple subtraction. 40 minus 9 is 31 over 72. Okay. And now we're going to find a common denominator for this. Geez, I'm going to have to do some math in my head here. Hang on a sec. So I just did some math in my head, and 3 does go into 72. If you do this, I just times 3 by 10. I know that's 30. So I can go 30, 60. I got 12 left over. I know 3 goes into 12. So that would be 20. And then 3 goes into 12 4 times. So that's 24. So they both go, oops, I'm not actually going to write down 24, sorry. They both go into 72. That goes 24 times. So I'm going to times that by 24. All right. So now it's just adding 31 plus 24 is 55 over 72. Okay. Now Now that is an improper fraction. That is a proper fraction, so we do not have to change that to mixed. And there is nothing that's going to go into those. So that is our smallest number. Now, I'm going to hope here that our next numbers are a little easier to work with. But don't be freaked out by these large numbers. Anyway, so here we go. Again, brackets, exponents, division. Okay, we have division to start. So you guys remember, for division, you are going to change it to a multiplication sign and flip the second fraction. So we're going to flip that one around. We'll put our other stuff for later here, just so we remember. All right, now we're just going to multiply. So 6 times 4, that's 6, 12, 18, 24. 5 times 5 is 25. And there we go. Now we have a subtraction and addition question here, right? So, again, we're going to go left to right with addition and subtraction. So what can 25 and 4 both fit into? Well, I'm not sure, so I'm just going to take the quick one, and I'm just going to multiply them. I know 25, 50, 75, 100. They're both going to fit into 100. Okay, so this went 4 times, so I know that's going to be 96. And 4 went 25 times, so that's going to be 25. And we'll save this for later as well. Extend down a bit. Okay, so 96 minus 25. We can do that. That's going to be 91. That's going to be 71 over 100. And then we're going to do 2/5 for an addition. And again, we need a common denominator. I know 5 fits into 100, because 10 times 5 is 50, and 2 50s are 100. So that's 20. Oops, why do I keep writing? It's still going to be 100. But we are going to times it by 20. So 2 times 20 is 40. So 71 plus 40, 111 over 100. And that is an improper fraction, which we want to change to mixed. 100 goes in there one time and leaves us with 11 over 100. There we go. Nothing goes into 11 and 100, so that's it. Okay, let's try the next one. So again, take a look at this one, pause the video, try it yourself, and then we will take it up. All right, here we go. So, remember that means multiplication. So that's 1/3 of 8. So we're going to multiply those. That's the first thing we're going to do. So 1/3 times 8 over 1. Okay, we'll add our other stuff just so we remember it. Okay, so you multiply the numerators, that's 8. You multiply your denominators, that's 3. Okay. Addition and subtraction. Again, because those are in the same box, we're going to go left to right. So first thing for addition and subtraction, you need a common denominator. 3 and 4, let's just times those. That's going to get 12. That's what we're going to work with. And what do you know? It's also right there. That's handy. So 3 went 4 times, so 8 times 4. Let's do a little times table work here. 8, 16, 24, 32. Plus, that's going to go 3 times. It's 3. Okay. So we'll add those. 32 plus 3 is 35 over 12. And look at that, common denominators match. So we're at minus 5. That's going to be 30 over 12. And that's an improper fraction, so we're going to change it to mixed first. Let's see, 12, 24, that's 2 times. 3 would be 36, that's too much, so we're going to stick with 2. 30 minus 24 would be 6 over 12. Now I know 6 is going to go both of those. 1 time for the 6, and 2 times for the 12. 1 and 1, if you want it to. So that's 2.5 is our answer. Hopefully you got the same. We're going to keep moving on, getting a little harder every time. Although that one was a little bit easier than the last, I think. All right, here's our first one with brackets. So let's do the brackets first. Now, it doesn't matter which one you do first, as long as you keep them in the brackets. But good rule of thumb is just to keep going left to right. So again, pause the video, try it yourself, and I will get going. All right. It's hard to work with mixed fractions, so let's just change it to improper right off the bat. So 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. So we have 7 over 2 times 4 plus 3 is 7 again, over 4. Okay, minus 3 over 8 of is multiplication. And 4, you can just write 4 over 1, means the same thing. All right, so now we can work with this. Let's just do them both together. Simple multiplication, 7 times 7 is 49. 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 4 is 12. 8 times 1 is 8. Look at that, we have same common denominators already. So all we have to do is subtract those. 49 minus 12 is 37 over 8. That is improper, so let's make it smaller. Let's see, 8, 16, 24, 32. That's 4 times. 37 minus 32 is 5. Keep our 8. And Bob's your mother's brother. We know nothing goes into 5 and 8, so that's as low as we're going to go. All right, practice a couple more. Again, if you think you're really getting these, that's great, but the more practice, the better you're going to get. So try this one out. You pause the video. Here we go. All right, BEDMAS. Brackets are first, so let's do that. Pretty straightforward. We're just going to multiply them. So 1 times 7 is 7. 3 times 8 is 8, 16, 24. There we go. What's next in BEDMAS? We have division. So we're going to change our division to multiplication. Flip them around. So 4 is on top, 3 is on the bottom. And then our simple, working with our times tables again. 7 times 4, that's 7, 14, 21, 28. And 3 times 24, let's see, 24, 48, 72. All right, now we have to subtract. And that's a little tougher because we need a common denominator. Now, off the top of my head, I don't know what these both fit into, so I'm just going to multiply them. Take out my trusty calculator, and it tells me that would be 288. All right. So, for this one, we'd have to times that by 72 as well. That would be 216. Okay. 288. And then we need to times that one by 4. Let's see what that is. We have 112. All right, now we just subtract those. 216 minus 112, 104 over 288. Now, wow, those are some tough numbers to work with, but there's always something you can do if you see 2 even numbers. If they're even, 2 will always go into both of them. All right, so let's cut them in half. That would be 52 over, what's that, 144? Look at that, they're still even. That means 2 will go into them again. So let's cut them in half. It's 26, and that would be 72. Still even. Cut them in half again. We have 13 over, oh, what's that, 36? That's about as low as you're going to go. I don't think anything will go into those. So, if you see even numbers, just keep cutting them in half. Just keep cutting them in half. All right, one more. We do one more. So we haven't tried exponents yet. So here we go. Of course, exponents is second in this one. First is still going to be brackets. So let's get to it. Again, you can pause and try this on your own. And check out if we have the same answer at the end. But first, in the same step, we may as well change this to improper. So we have 8 over, or no, what am I doing? That's not right. We have 8 plus 1 is 9 over 4. All right, let's do our brackets. So we need a common denominator. Let's just times them. We get 10, so we'll work with 10. All right, so that's going to be times 5. That's going to be times 2, so that would be 5 and 4. Okay, so if we add those together, it's 9 over 10. All right, now we're going to divide. And for that, remember, we're going to use multiplication instead, but because that's the opposite of this, we need the opposite of this. So we flip it. All right, now we just multiply. 9 times 10 is 90. 4 times 9 is 36. Okay, see how many times that fits in. Let's see, 36 plus 36 is 72. I think that's as close as we're going to get. So 2 times. And 90 minus 72 is, do this in my head, I think 18. Yeah, 18 over 36. Does anything go into both of those? Well, again, they're even, so let's just cut them in half. 9 over, oh, what was that, 15 plus 3 is 18. Oh, those numbers look familiar. 9 and 18, those are in the 9 times tables. I know 9 goes in there 1 time, and 18 goes in 2 times. So 2.5. It's as low as we're going to go. All right, so again, our order of operations is just a mix of what we've been learning so far: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. The thing is, do not forget, the only trick is that, again, division and multiplication are in the same box. They can go back and forth. Same with addition and subtraction, okay? When you have those, just go left to right. Again, take your time, make sure you get the right numbers. Those little mistakes will mess it up for you. So, all right, anyway, good luck. And again, come see me if you have any other questions or concerns. Have a good weekend.